Matishat. Let me take the database. We are going with the fourth verse today. Okay. So we'll begin. Dadadi pratigrhanadi.
Dadati pratigrhanati.
Guhyam akhyadi pritchadi.
Guhyam akhyadi pritchadi.
Bhungde bhojayate chaiva. Sadvidim pridi lakshanam. Dadadi pratigranadi. Guhyam akhyadi pritchadi. Bhungde bhojayate chaiva. Sadvidam pridi lakshanam. Dadadi pratigranadi. Guhyam akhyadi pritchadi. Bhungde bhojayate chaiva. Sadvidam pridi lakshanam. Synonyms. Dadadi gives charity. Pratigranadi accepts in return. Guhyam confidential topics. Akhyadi explains. Pritchadi incurs. Bhungte eats. Bhojayade feeds. Cha also. Eva certainly. Sadvidam six kinds. Pridi of love. Pridi lakshanam symptoms. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please repeat after me. Offering gifts in charity. Accepting charitable gifts. Revealing one's mind in confidence. Inquiring confidentially. Accepting prasada. And offering prasada. Are the six symptoms of love. Shared by one devotee and another. Purport. I would request devotees if you can read one paragraph by one paragraph. That'd be nice.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami explains how to perform devotional activities in the association of other devotees. There are six kinds of activities: giving charity to the devotees, accepting from the devotees whatever they may offer in return, opening one's mind to the devotees, inquiring from them about the confidential service of the Lord, honoring prasada or spiritual food given by the devotees, and feeding the devotees with prasada. An experienced devotee explains, and an inexperienced devotee learns from him. This is Guhyam akhyati prachati. When a devotee distributes prasada, remnants of foods offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in order to maintain our spirit of devotional service, we must accept this prasada as the Lord's grace received through the pure devotees. We should also invite pure devotees to our home, offer them prasada, and be prepared to please them in all respects. This is called bhukte bhujyate chaiva.
Yeah, thank you. Other devotee, please go ahead.
Even in ordinary social activities, these 6 types of dealings between two loving friends are absolutely necessary. For instance, when one businessman wishes to contact another businessman, he arranges a feast in a hotel, and over feast openly expresses what he wishes to do. He then inquires from his business friend how he should act, and sometimes presents are exchanged. Thus, whenever there is a dealing of preeti or love in intimate dealings, these 6 activities are executed. In the previous verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised that one should renounce worldly association and keep company with devotees. Sangatyaga Sato Vritte. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been established to facilitate these 6 kinds of loving exchanges between devotees. This society was started single-handedly, but because people are coming forward and dealing with the give and take policy, the society is now expanding all over the world. We are glad that people are donating very liberally to the development of the society's activities, and people are also eagerly accepting whatever humble contribution we are giving them in the shape of books and magazines dealing strictly with the subject matter of Krishna consciousness. We sometimes hold Hare Krishna festivals and invite like members and friends to participate in feasting and accepting prasada. Although most of our members come from the higher rungs of society, they nonetheless come and take whatever little prasad we are able. I lost the thing.
Yeah, more little up.
Although most of our members come from the higher rungs of society, they nonetheless come and take whatever little prasad we are able to offer them. Sometimes the members and supporters inquire very confidentially about the methods of performing devotion service, and we try to explain this. In this way, a society is successfully spreading all over the world, and the intelligentsia of all countries is gradually appreciating our Krishna conscious activities. The life of Krishna conscious society is nourished by these 6 loving exchange among the members. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with devotees of ISKCON, because simply by reciprocating in the 6 ways mentioned above, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness. In Bhagavad Gita 2.62, it is stated, Sangat Sanjate Kamaha. One's desires and ambitions develop according to the company one keeps. It is often said that a man is known by his company, and if an ordinary man associates with devotees, he will certainly develop his dormant Krishna consciousness. This understanding of Krishna consciousness is innate in every living entity, and it is already developed to some extent when the living entity takes a human body. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.107. Should someone else read, Prabhu, or should I continue?
Yeah, maybe you can continue that, the sloka and the meaning.
Okay. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Satya Kabunaye Sarvanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaya Udaya. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of living entities. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the living entity naturally awakens. Since Krishna consciousness is inherent in every living entity, everyone should be given a chance to hear about Krishna. Simply by hearing and chanting Shravanam Kirtanam, one's heart is directly purified and one's original Krishna consciousness is immediately awakened. Krishna consciousness is not an artificially imposed upon the heart. It is already there. When one chants the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the heart is cleansed of all mundane contamination. In the first stanza of Shri Shikshashtaka, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says,
Okay.
Chetodar Hare Krishna.
Maybe another devotee, like
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I will take.
please.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Cheto darpanamarjanam maha Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam Sarvatam Snapanam Sarvatma Snapanam Paramam Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the ray of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Thank you. The devotee, any other devotee?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, then or Srila Prabhupada.
Purport given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Not only is the chanter of Maha Mantra purified, but the heart of anyone who happens to hear the transcendental vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is also cleansed. Even the souls embodied in lower animals, insects, trees, and other species of life also become purified and prepared to become fully Krishna conscious, simply by hearing the transcendental vibration. This was explained by Thakur Haridas when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from him how living entities lower than human beings can be delivered from material bondage. Haridas Thakur said that the chanting of the holy names is so powerful that even if one chant in the remotest parts of the jungle, the trees and animal will advance in Krishna consciousness simply by hearing the vibration. This was actually proved by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself when he passed through the forest of Jharikhand. At that time, the tigers, snakes, deer, and all other animals abandoned their natural animosity and began chanting and dancing in Sankirtan. Of course, we cannot imitate the activity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but we should follow his footsteps. We are not powerful enough to enchant the lower animals such as tiger, snake, cats and dogs, or entice them to dance, but by chanting the holy names of the Lord, we can actually convert many people throughout the world to Krishna consciousness. Contributing or distributing the holy name of the Lord is a sublime example of contributing or giving charity. The Dadati principle. By the same token, one must also follow the Prahanati principle and be willing and ready to receive the transcendental gift. One should inquire about the Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji, can you?
I just moved up. Yep.
No, Prabhuji. One should inquire about the Krishna consciousness movement and open his mind in order to understand the situation of this material world. Thus, the Goyam Akayati Prachati principles can be served.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other devotee? Anybody else? Let's go ahead.
Can
Hare
I
Krishna,
continue? Yes, yes.
Let's go ahead.
The members of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness invite the society's member and supporters to dine with them when they hold love feast in all their branches every Sunday. Many interested people come to honor prasada, and whenever possible, they invite members of the society to their homes and feed them sumptuously with prasada. In this way, both the members of the society and the great general public are benefited. People should give up the company of so-called yogis, jnanis, karmis, and philanthropists because their association can benefit no one. If one really wants to attain the goal of human life, he should associate with devotees of Krishna consciousness movement because it is the only movement that teaches one how to develop love of God. Religion is the special function of human society, and it constitutes the distinction between human society and animal society. Animal society has no church, mosque, or religious system. In all parts of the world, however downtrodden human society may be, there is some system of religion. Even tribal aborigines in the jungle also have a system of religion. When a religious system develops and turns into love of God, it is successful. As stated in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Ajok Saje Ahai Tuki Apratita Yayatma Saprasidati. The supreme occupation, dharma, for the humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy the self.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other devotee?
In the members of human society actually wants peace of mind, tranquility, and friendly relation between the man and nation. They must follow the Krishna conscious system of religion by which they can develop their dormant love for a Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. As soon as the people do so, their minds will immediately be filled with the peace and tranquility. Can I go next one?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
In this regard, I lost it. It's top line I lost.
Yeah, this one. In this regard.
Srila Bhakti Siddharthanta Saraswati Thakura wants all devotee engaged in a broadcasting the Krishna consciousness movement not to speak to the impersonality Mayavadis who are always determined to oppose such a theistic movements.
Yes, theistic, yeah.
The world is full Mayavadis and atheists, and the political parties of the world is take advantage of Mayavad and other atheistic philosophies to promote materialism. Sometimes they even make strong party to oppose the Krishna consciousness. The Mayavadis and other atheists do not want to Krishna consciousness movement to develop because it educates the people in a God consciousness. Such is the policy of the atheist. There is no benefit in the feeding a snake milk and banana because the snake will never be satisfied. On the contrary, by taking a milk and the banana to the snake simply becomes more poisonous. Kevalam visa vardhanam. If snake is given milk to drink, its poison simply increases. For a similar reason, we should not disclose our minds to the serpent, Mayavadis and Karmis. Such a disclosure will never help. It is best to avoid association with them completely and never ask them about anything confidential because they cannot give a good advice. Nor should we extend invitation to Mayavadis and atheists, nor accept their invitation. For by such an intimate intermingling, we may become affected by their ethics mentality. If the negative injunction of this verse that we should not refrain from giving anything to or accepting anything from Mayavadis and atheists. Indeed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has forbidden devotee to associate even the ordinary men who are too addicted to material sense of gratification. Hare Krishna.
I think we missed a few lines in between. Anything from Mayavadis or an atheist, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also warned, Vishaira Anna Kaile Dushtahaya Mana. By eating food prepared by worldly people, one's mind becomes wicked. Unless one is very advanced, he is unable to utilize everyone's contribution to further Krishna conscious movement. Therefore, on principle, one should not accept charity from Mayavadis or atheists. Indeed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was forbidden devotees to associate even with ordinary men, but too addicted to material sense gratification. Okay, the next paragraph, only a few more.
The conclusion is that we should always keep company with devotees, observe the regulative devotional principles, follow in the footsteps of the acharyas, and in full obedience carry out the orders of the spiritual master. In this way, we shall be able to develop a devotional service and dormant Krishna consciousness. The devotee who is neither a neophyte nor a Mahabhagavat, a greatly advanced devotee, but is within the middle status of devotional service, is expected to love the Supreme Personality of Godhead, make friends with devotees, show favor to the ignorant, and reject the jealous and demoniac. In this verse, there is brief mention of the process of making loving transaction with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and making friends with the devotees. According to the Dadati principle, an advanced devotee is supposed to spend at least 50% of his income on the service of the Lord of his devotees and his devotees. Srila Rupa Goswami has set such an example in his life. When he decided to retire, he distributed 50% of his life's earning to Krishna's service and 25% to his relatives and kept 25% for personal emergencies. This example should be followed by all devotees. Whatever one's income, 50% should be spent on behalf of Krishna and his devotees, and this will fulfill the demands of Tadati.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So maybe you can read the next one too.
I'll continue.
Yeah, only a few more lines. One more.
Yeah, in the next verse, Srila Rupa Goswami informs us what kind of Vaishnava should be selected as a friend and how Vaishnavas should be served. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Let's have some meditation on this Srila Prabhupada's purport and some understanding on these verses, and we will take half of it and focus on. And also today is a very auspicious day of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's disappearance day. You'll also see that what are the significance and how we can learn from these great personalities. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salagaya Chakshurun Milidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadadi Sapadandigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadakammalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Tam Sajivam Sadhuidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakhanidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Uttankanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much. So we were going through this nectar of instruction, Upadeshamrita. So nice. We hear from Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami is considered as the Sambandha Acharya, one who connects to Krishna. Sambandha means relationship, one who connects with Krishna. Sambandha. So Srila Rupa Goswami considered as the Sambandha Acharya. And not only that, Srila Rupa Goswami is also a Rupa Manjari, very close associates of Srimati Radharani in the service, and very close associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appointed Sri Rupa Goswami as the foremost of all the 6 Goswamis because of the devotion, the first and the foremost of the devotion to the Supreme and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and understanding the essence of all the scriptures. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed this entire science of Krishna consciousness and what a person, what a devotee is supposed to do. And Sri Rupa Goswami is put down very clearly in this order of that, how one can progress. And when we go through this nectar of instruction, there are 11 verses, and these are the gems of devotion. So one can make a garland out of these gems of these verses and then put it on the neck all the time. One should understand very clearly these verses. One should by heart these verses. One should absorb these verses and then always keep in the heart of our devotees. Then one can progress, and where we can reach up to? We can reach up to the service of Srimati Radharani. This is what is when you come to the 11th verse. So Rupa Goswami says that one can engage in the loving devotional service of the Sri Radha and Krishna, the divine couple, especially serving Srimati Radharani in the banks of Sri Radha Kund. See that where Rupa Goswami taking us devotees to the ultimate goal of the devotion, to reach to that the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. And it's progressing from the first verse towards the last verse. From Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, all is come into these 11 verses. And there is Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana also there in these verses. So these are great gems, great details, and one should follow, one should very strictly understand these verses. That's why Srila Prabhupada is putting so much of efforts to detail this in the purports. So let's go a little bit more on this. So today's verse, Sri Rupa Goswami explains that one should give gifts in charity, and one should accept gifts in charity among devotees. Reveals one's mind in confidence to another devotee. And we'll see that how another devotee, which devotee is it. In inquiring confidentially, accepting prasada and offering prasada are the 6 kinds of symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. So Srila Prabhupada gave a very detailed explanation in the purport as well. This is to develop a pure devotee, an ideal Vaishnava. These are the 6 kinds of exchanges needs to happen between the devotees. Devotee is not that he just got the mantra diksha, or he is engaged in the devotional service and he just simply go and secluded place, sit there and just focus on himself. No, that is a, the neophyte devotee. They come to that stage initially. But one who really understand the essence of bhakti, essence of devotion, like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was very well situated in the Damodara temple in Vrindavan. There is a room and the devotees were there, and Srila Prabhupada was writing books in very great detail and reading and engaging the service. Srila Prabhupada could have situated or just spent the rest of the life over there in the Damodar temple. But Srila Prabhupada didn't do that. Srila Prabhupada understood the higher purpose of devotional practices. The higher purpose is bring this entire world to that under the Krishna consciousness. This is the compassionate nature of a devotee. So, like that, here Sri Rupa Goswami is giving us this wonderful methods, wonderful process that how one can exchange the loving devotion between the devotees so that the devotees can completely transform. So it's always they says that when devotees association which protects more than when we practice the devotion individually or alone. For an example, when there is a small tree we planted, so then what happens if there are no protections? There are no protection around. What will happen? Deer can come and something can come. It can dry up and then eat away. So like that, if you don't have devotee association, we don't have this exchange of loving devotional service among each other, then it can dry up very fast. It can, go away, the devotion. So the devotional practices which devotees has, in order to protect that Shakti, to protect that devotional Shakti, then we need association. We need nice exchanges between the devotees. So here Sri Rupa Goswami gives us that one can protect each other. One can protect the devotion of another devotee. So this is also another responsibility of each and every devotee to protect each other. So the devotees helps. So like that, Sri Rupa Goswami mentioned that 6 kind of loving exchange between the devotees in one another. That means one devotee can offering gifts in charity. So we know that we all started this Krishna conscious movement, and devotees helps a lot. And when we came initially, and then they bring to the right platform, and they started to give the books, and initially something, and when even new devotees comes to our temple, we give a token gift. Why? Because of this is the way that we can cultivate that devotion in another devotee. So then also offering a gift. So this is one of the great symptoms of devotion. It's not that we just go away everything, whatever we have. We should also offer back. That's what Srila Prabhupada says that we received this Krishna consciousness. It is our duty to also give it back to others. So we should cultivate this habit of receiving gifts in charity with our own sincere heart. Give the gift to others, other devotees. So this is the way called devotee care or Vaishnava etiquette. So we heard this word devotee care. Devotee care means devotee care other devotee in so many ways. So this is one of the example. When Srila Prabhupada comes to America, there are lots of thousands of disciples were there. When Srila Prabhupada goes to India, and when Srila Prabhupada comes back, Srila Prabhupada brings lots of gifts to the disciples. Srila Prabhupada brought saris for the Matajis, dhotis for Prabhujis, and big bags. And when Srila Prabhupada come, Srila Prabhupada gives this as a charity and call out the names of the disciples and give it out. And think about that. A disciple receives some gifts like this from a spiritual master. How they feel? We feel very much joy. This is not just an ordinary joy. This is ecstasy, transcendental joy which receives. So like that, a devotee gives with that sincere heart. So this also shows the symptom. This also shows that how a devotee is. Devotee's heart is like a butter. It's like so soft. The devotee's heart is not like a stone. It's like a butter. Butter is so soft in such a way that if you touch the butter, it melts, or it has so softness. So devotees' hearts are always like that. When a devotee sees some, or generally known as devotees are known as para dukkha dukhi. Devotee always feel pain when others are in distress. So when think about that, other devotee is in pain or in distress, the devotee is the one who most has this distress and pain in his heart, and he would go ahead and try to help. And we know that there are so many examples out there in our devotee community. If some devotee has some problems or something, then devotee goes there and extend their hands and helps, so that devotee brings, come back to this Krishna consciousness. So as I mentioned, so this protects that one's devotion. So Srila Rupa Goswami was emphasized this aspect, this qualification of a devotee very much, because of one devotee should always take care of other devotees, like what Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Prabhupada was very much compassionate to his disciples and the devotees. And if somebody goes away from the movement, so when maybe after 3 months, 4 months, they were not showing up, one day they suddenly comes back and devotee say, oh, this devotee come back, he did that, he did this, and he was outside, he ate, things like that, he was not following. Srila Prabhupada, you can, go and talk to them. So these devotees then do what? Srila Prabhupada tell to them, please bring him to me. And when this devotee comes to Srila Prabhupada, and this devotee thinks that, okay, what would Srila Prabhupada thinks now? So I was gone away and I was not following these regulative principles. I am not following Krishna consciousness, what Srila Prabhupada would say. Then when the devotee comes in front of Srila Prabhupada would embrace them, talk very nicely and compassionately, and how is your Krishna consciousness going? This devotee would melt, and then with humility and humbleness, and seeing that Srila Prabhupada's the mood and the loving exchange that between that devotee and Srila Prabhupada. So this is very important, dear devotees, that we should have this quality of loving to other devotee, not to see that we have a habit of prejudice. If somebody has done some mistakes or somebody does something, and what would happen? Immediately we put a stamp, oh, this devotee is like this, entire lifetime he has that kind of. Why? Because we have this ego of that I am better than another devotee. So that when we have this feeling of I am better than another devotee, then what happens? We start to discriminate in such a way that, oh, this devotee is like this, devotee is like that, this devotee talk like this devotee didn't talk to me, this, that. So many. This is the one worst part of this subtle impurities of the devotees. So Srila Rupa Goswami understand this, and in order to clean, that's why Srila Prabhupada also put that in the purport, in order to clean the heart of impurities, one should engage in this six loving exchange of among the devotees. So it's very important that the offering gifts. So we know that if you give some gifts to anybody, they would love it, they would cherish, they would induce, they would have kind of feeling that this person has some consideration for me. So it's very important that the occasionally, even the worldly activities, we give the gifts. Srila Prabhupada was mentioning in the purport that when a business deal happens, they bring and they give some gifts and nice talk and nice exchange of dealings, of loving exchange of dealings, so that the other person is valued and considered. When we give some respect, this means that this is a gesture of everything. If you give some gift to someone and that person feel that I'm valued, I'm respected, I'm considered, so that feeling of that exchange love is there and person feel very much. So the devotees, one should have a habit of give some gifts to others, not only in the devotee community, but to everyone else. Birthdays comes and some important activities come, at least, even if you don't have money to give some gifts, but at least we should use some nice words for that. We should appreciate them. We should use some nice words, some appreciation words for them, so that they are valued and respected. So never disrespect anybody. That's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that always give respect to everyone, and never desires for any respect from anybody else, no expectation for respect from anybody else. So this is the way Sri Rupa Goswami gives that great understanding of that especially among the devotees, in order to cultivate this pure Krishna consciousness and to remove our ego, or remove our this kinds of false, subtle impurities. So Sri Rupa Goswami gives this very beautiful exchange of love, that is offering gifts in charity, and then also accepts also the charitable gifts. If devotees give something, oh no, I don't need, I'm a mendicant. I don't need anything else. I am completely filled with so many things. I don't have a place to keep. Many people say, I don't have a place to keep. Don't give me any gifts. So the idea of giving gifts and receiving gifts is actually, it's not that the value of the gifts or anything, but the exchange of loving exchange between the devotees. This helps to cultivate that pure loving relationship with the devotees. And it's very important. If we are, Srila Prabhupada says that, and the Acharya says that, if you don't know love to other devotees, how do you love the Krishna? How would you love your spiritual master? How would you love the Supreme Lord, the divine couple, if you don't know how to love even between the devotees? So there are so many situations we have. Devotees have hatred towards the other devotees, jealousy towards the other devotees, enviousness towards the other devotees, and these kinds of very much prejudice. Oh, this devotee speaks very nicely, and this devotee doesn't do that. So I am so and so and so and so. And so many ways we can see that, oh, this devotee is so this one and this one. We should not have that. Why Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned this one? Because of among the devotees, we should have developed such a wonderful quality and see that every devotee is a Vaishnava. Every devotee is a Vaishnava. And who is a Vaishnava? One who even chanted once the holy name of Krishna. Sri Rupa Goswami and Acharya says that he is a Vaishnava. Even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentioned that he is a Vaishnava. Why? Because he has taken that the holy name even once in his lifetime. So pure devotee always sees that everybody else is a Vaishnava. But a neophyte, one who just started, he sees that I am the only devotee, everybody else is not a devotee. So that he started to behave accordingly. So this exchange of love to devotees, which purifies our heart. So Srila Rupa Goswami gives this instructions to follow, strictly follow. So we should have this quality of giving exchanges the gifts between the devotees and everybody else, of course. So this gives a great positive energy. This creates great positive energy in our life, and it's also cultivate our pure devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's why always says that Vidya Vinaya Sambanne Brahmane Gevihastine Sopegacha Sunicheva Pandita Samudarsana. The Pandita, the devotee, the scholarly one who has realized knowledge, he sees everybody equal. Whatever the opportunity he has to serve the devotee, then he would take that. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we are all the devotee, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Gobi Bhatra Pada Kamaleyor Dasa Dasanu Das. One should have this feeling of the servants of the devotees of the devotees of the devotees. Never ever miss an opportunity to serve a devotee in any way like this. Never ever miss an opportunity to serve a devotee. So it's a great quality and it purifies us. So whatever the way, if devotee comes to the home, offer some seat. Even if Srila says, even if you are poor, offer some glass of water. And if you don't have, and offer a seat. And if you don't even have that one, use some nice words for that devotee and use that so that the devotee is valued and respected and considered and never offended. So it's very important. So that's why Sri Rupa Goswami or Acharyas give so much of importance to this Vaishnava etiquette or the dealings between the devotees. So these are the instructions. Many times we take it granted. When a devotee comes, we take it granted. The familiarity breed the contempt, likes that. Then we started to discriminate. Oh, this devotee's dress is like this. This devotee looks like this. Or when I look, he doesn't wear properly the clothes, so he's not a devotee. This is our prejudice. So we kind of having this habit of, oh, somebody put a nice dress, dhoti, and oh, he's a devotee. Or he put a nice tilak, okay, he's a nice devotee. But on the other hand, if somebody, no. So we should always have this understanding that who is a devotee. So then how we can get that? When we think that I'm not a devotee, everybody else is a devotee, then we should cultivate that habit of the offering respects and giving the charity, whatever we have, offer whatever we have and offer to the devotee. So that devotee is pleased. When devotee is pleased, Krishna is pleased. That's Yasya Prasada, Bhagavat Prasado, Yasya Prasada Nagadi Gudopi, Dhyayamstu Vamsasya Sastra Sandhya, Vande Guru Sri Charana Ravindam. So Sri Narottam Das Thakur prays, Yasya Prasadam Bhagavat Prasada, when the devotee, spiritual master is pleased, Krishna is pleased. When the devotees are offended, even Krishna won't even interfere. Only devotee can then nullify that. So devotee has such a power in this world. So devotees can even, that's why we say Vancha Kalpata Rupashya. Devotees are like a Kalpavriksha trees, Vancha Kalpataru. Kripa Sindhubhya Evaja, they are the ocean of mercy. The devotees have the ocean of mercy. So devotees can impart that ocean of mercy to the another devotee. So that's why whenever we see a devotee, we should offer this. Vancha kalpata rupasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. He only can. We are all fallen conditioned souls. And this Vaishnava can give and fulfill all the desires of the devotees. Vancha kalpataru, they are the kalpavriksha, the tree, fulfilling tree, the desired tree. They can fulfill all the desires of the devotees and the people. So we offer the obeisances to such devotees. Vancha kalpata rupasya vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. The devotees, this is a wonderful, wonderful explanation of Sri Rupa Goswami. So this way, we should always try to serve the devotees and also speaking in confidentiality to the other devotees. So this is another great topic that we can understand because of when we come to that relationship, devotee care or devotional devotee relationship, when they come each other, and then it's very important that we reveal confidential subjects with the another devotee. So then I mentioned that initially, who is that devotee that whom we can go and reveal or the confidential subjects so that we get some help. So here the point Sri Rupa Goswami says that even devotees, they come into the platform, they're not completely free from impurities, they are not completely free from calamities and the problems and the distress. Sometimes it's a great impediment in the progress of devotion. When it is become so impediment in obstructing the path of our devotion, this always says that one can go and meet another devotee that who we feel that we think that these devotees can help us. And generally it is senior Vaishnavas. When senior Vaishnavas, and who is that? One who is constantly engaged in the devotional service. One who is purified his heart with the devotion. One who is always see a great value in other Vaishnavas. And one who doesn't criticize another devotees. See, there are the Vaishnava qualities. So if you see that some devotees likes that, never criticize, never see that undermine the devotees, underestimate the devotees, and then never do any kinds of ill talks and this gossip. And then he has always focused in the devotion and bring that devotee, bring the people to generally in Krishna consciousness. These are the symptoms of a Vaishnava. So then if we see that we have some kinds of problem, some kinds of distress is actually blocking my path of devotion. I'm not able to chant properly. I have so much of distress. My mind cannot focus. I have so much of attachments for worldly things. My senses are not under control. What should I do? Because of the devotee can give that, devotee can impart, because of we are all known as Kripa Siddhas. We need Kripa, we need mercy. This is a Shakti, this is a Bhakti Shakti. Only one who has that Shakti, one who has that treasure of Bhakti can impart that Bhakti. That's the mercy. When a devotee is in distress, in a problem, and is conditioned that he cannot progress well in Bhakti. So dear devotees, the ultimate aim of, ultimate goal of our life is to progress in Bhakti, so that we develop that loving devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This way we can free from our clutches of this material entanglement. We are suffering in this world with so many material problems and so many entanglements we have. We cannot come out of it. When we sit and chant, we cannot focus. When we do something devotion, so many thoughts comes up. When you go into the altar, so many worldly things comes up. What should I do? How this manager talks and what should I do? And when it comes to the devotional activity, so much of thoughts, people are using the phones, and they are still into these worldly things. They are not completely come out of it. These are the impediments. These are the problems one can face in this world. So what should we do? So in these situations, we have to approach a guru or approach a senior Vaishnava or senior devotee or a devotee whom we can trust, that I can reveal my problem of the path or the impediments which obstructs me in the path of devotion. So in this case, we can approach a devotee, and this is also this way the devotee relationship will strengthen. When a devotee sincerely go to another devotee and request for this, then what happens? A devotee can suggest, devotee can give some kinds of tips and transcendental and reveal the transcendental knowledge. Not only that, the devotees can also shower the mercy upon that devotee because of the sincerity of that devotee. We know that in Christian culture, they have this confession, right? The confession like a room. So there is a priest. The people come in front of and they confess that they have they did all these things, and oh Father, this is what I did. Please forgive me. And it's considered as in the Christian belief, is somebody go in front of the priest and reveal that their problems or their sins they committed. They talk to the priest and priest forgiven, then the Lord is also forgiven. So that is still valid here also. When a devotee and a person did something wrong, committed a mistake, committed an offense, or there is a problem, in distress and in so much of cannot move, and there are problems he's facing in I cannot progress in bhakti, I cannot chant. So he can actually go to a devotee, a Vaishnava, and reveal his heart to that devotee. And then devotee can suggest, devotee can also shower the mercy, and devotee even prays to that for devotees. So Lord listens to that. So this way, this devotee is in distress, have some great capacity, great strength. He develops some great strength. And then that's why it's very important, dear devotees, we have a culture of Shiksha Guru. We have a culture of Diksha Guru. And we have a culture of, follow the footsteps of great acharyas. That's why Sri Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion said that we should follow a very pure Vaishnava. That is called Ragatmika Bhakti. There is a Raganuga Bhakti when one develops that loving attachment for the divine couple and the devotees, then this is called Raganuga Bhakti. But also on the other hand, one should strictly follow a pure Vaishnava. And when we want to strictly follow that pure Vaishnava and follow the instructions of that pure Vaishnava, this is called Ragatmika Bhakti. And then in that Ragatmika Bhakti, one can approach a spiritual master, one can approach their Siksha Guru, that instructive, one who gives the instruction, and reveal that confidential subject matter to that devotee, so that that devotee can help you, so that also share that confidentially. And then this way that one can develop a very great faith. This is the faith in devotees and faith in the Supreme Lord. So otherwise we think that, okay, I'm completely in distress and I don't have any capacity, I don't have any capability, I don't know, okay, let me go away from Krishna consciousness. Let me do what I like. I don't want to continue this more because there are some impediments in the path of. But instead of avoid that, in order to avoid this, one can sincerely approach a devotee who you can trust and you can be in a confidence. He has the quality of a Vaishnava. So that devotee can help you. That's why it's mentioned that devotee care, devotee relationship is very important. And we should cultivate that great Vaishnava qualities or devotee relationship with another devotee, so that that devotee can protect us. So in this way, we can see that there are great Srila Prabhupada gives that wonderful narrations, wonderful descriptions in this purport, and in the Nectar of Instruction, the entire book is giving that. And the next verse is actually, who is that Vaishnava? one can approach. Who is that Vaishnava? And that explains in the next verse, like that, it goes very detailed in nectar of instruction. So we can understand that Srila Prabhupada mentioned the purport. This ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is established to have this 6 loving exchange between devotees. So Krishna, dear devotees, the ISKCON or Hare Krishna movement is not that just the building, not that the temples, not that, this kind of structure. But ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada meant that this is a movement that where we can preach, where we can develop these qualities of a Vaishnava. So that is the prime goal of the Hare Krishna movement. So one can develop these 6 loving exchanges between devotees, and unless and until we have these qualities, we cannot preach. As Sri Rupa Goswami mentioned the first 2 verses, when he is not able to control his tongue, his belly, his genitals, and his all speech, he is not able to then cultivate. So it's very important that we follow this very strictly. So one should develop this quality, cultivate this quality of the 6 loving exchanges between the devotees. Never see a devotee with odd eyes. Never see a devotee with this prejudice of that, or this devotee is coming from this country, or coming from this state, or coming from this place, or coming from this group, coming from this religion, coming from this caste. This is generally the Indian nature of the people have always had this kind of, this was deep-rooted. But when you come to Krishna consciousness, because of this, the pure path of Krishna consciousness. So it's very important that what is the most important dharma of a person? Srila Prabhupada says that Save Pumsha Paro Dharma Yador Bhakti Radokshaje Ahetuge Apradehada Yadatma Suprasidati. And the most important dharma of a person, of a living entity, to develop this loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that love is unconditional love. When we develop that unconditional love for Krishna, dear devotees, we have to develop that unconditional love for with other devotees. And in a very devotional platform. And unconditional and uninterrupted. So this is the loving devotion, the symptom of loving devotion to the Supreme Lord, uninterrupted. It is incessant, uninterrupted, and always, that's Raganuga Bhakti, uninterrupted, and then unmotivated. That means there should be some kind of goal that I have, some kind of hidden agenda I have. Okay, if I do this one, I will get this one. If I chant the holy name, I would get a good house, good car, my everything will be wonderful. No, that is not. That is not the motivation for chanting or loving exchange or devotional service. The motivation for this unmotivated, that means the motivation is actually the pure loving devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So like this, we should cultivate this, and we should always have this understanding. And as mentioned, that we should always keep up these wonderful qualities of a devotee. And Srila Prabhupada says that the conclusion is that we should always keep company with the devotees. We should company with the devotees, observe the regulative devotional principles. So these are the regulative principles. Observe regulative principles. So all this, that what should a devotee do when we see a devotee? And in nectar of instruction, this also gives that in the next verses and the following verses very nicely. Follow in the footsteps of the acharyas, and in full obedience carry out the orders of spiritual master. In this way, we shall be able to develop our devotional service and dormant Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada very great in detail that we all have Krishna consciousness in our heart, which is dormant. Just by Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Gabunai Sravanadi Shuddhajitte Karahodai. It can be activated. It is there, it is dormant, it is sleeping. But the moment we Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, when we hear about the Krishna, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sravanadi Shuddhajitte, by hearing this. So who can hear this? As we know that Krishna, Haridas Thakur was mentioning this. Then when we hear this, unless and until our heart is not pure, even if we hear, then it won't stay there. So dear devotees, the remedy, the solution for this, in order to purify our heart, is that Shravana Kirtanam, always hear about the glories of the Supreme Lord and chant the holy name of the Lord. This way we can hear and we can purify our heart. When we purify our heart, the Krishna consciousness, the love for the Krishna consciousness awake, and then the love for the devotees will awake, and then we'll come to that real understanding, real quality of a Vaishnava. It starts from our humility. Unless and until we come to that stage of humbleness and the humility, then we can say that we are not, our Krishna, real Krishna consciousness is not awakened. It's very important that we come to that stage of humility and the humbleness. Unless where we get it, it begins with our hearing of the Supreme Lord, hearing and Shravanam and the Kirtana. So we should cultivate that in order to progress in the bhakti. When then by the mercy of a Krishna, then we get a devotee. Then the mercy of Krishna, when we have that sincere hearing, sincere attitude towards the devotion, we get a devotee. By the mercy of Krishna, then what happens? We can, unless and until we have a devotee or a spiritual master in our Krishna, in the path of devotion, is very difficult. Our path of devotion will become so difficult. But the devotee and the spiritual master become making it very easy. And you can say that how it become or making it very easy, because of that they give us instruction. So it's considered, Srila Prabhupada says that when a Vaishnava gives an instruction, that instruction is as equal as the instruction of the Supreme Lord. No difference, because of the devotee is always in conscious of Krishna. He engages in the loving devotion to the Supreme Lord. When a spiritual master of a devotee gives the instructions to a devotee, that instruction is as equal as the instruction of the Supreme Lord. So then it's very easy. Unless, as Bhakti Charu Maharaj was once giving, and also I read this into this Rupa Goswami's one of the purport, that if it is very difficult to attain Krishna, but when we have the mercy of a devotee, then it is simple, it is very easy to attain Krishna. That's why it's very important that we follow the instructions and footsteps of a devotee, and then that leads to the shelter of Srimati Radharani. Then Srimati Radharani recommends that Krishna, this is a devotee that who is engaged in the devotion. So this is the way that one can attain the abode of Krishna. So it's very important. So we always consider these devotees, value the devotees, respect the devotees, take the shelter of the devotees, and always follow the footsteps of devotees and follow the instructions of the devotees. This way, one is always being protected. Okay? So one is always being in protection of the devotees, and devotees are there to protect each other and protect other devotees. So then, I think that consider the time. Let me go also a little bit on the. Today is a very important day of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's disappearance day. So let us also meditate and hear that whom we should follow, whom we should take the footsteps, and these acharyas especially. So these acharyas were there in the maybe 500 years back. So, but just by hearing them, which can purify our heart, and it gives us such a tremendous bhakti, the devotion in our heart. So especially when we look at Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami is known as Prayojana Acharya. So today is the disappearance day of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. He's a great, one can melt their heart just by hearing Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, even if it's mentioned that, even if he is his heart is hard like a big diamond, big rock, still can melt his heart just by hearing the Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. And it's known as Prayojana Acharya. Why Prayojana Acharya? Because of by example of his loving devotion to the Supreme, and he's exemplified the loving devotion or the goal of the devotion. What is the goal of the devotion? To attain the Supreme Lord. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami just example or exemplified the life itself. Raghunath Das Goswami's life itself is a very great example for how to perform loving devotion and attain the Supreme Lord. So here in this picture, you can see that Srimati Radharani is coming and extending Radharani's veil over the head of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is chanting on the open air in the Vrindavan forest, And the scorching heat, we know that in the summer, how the heat is there. It's a scorching heat. But never mind, there are tigers comes nearby and the ferocious animals comes nearby, surrounded by, but Raghunath Goswami is never afraid of, and he deeply immersed in the thoughts of the supreme divine couple. And see, one time, Sri Sanatana Goswami saw that when Sanatana Goswami was approaching to the Radha Kund, there Raghunath Goswami was meditating upon and chanting the holy name of one, the Supreme Lord. And Srimati Radharani came and extending the veil over Sri Raghunath Goswami. See that Sadananda Goswami is standing there in the left and seeing Sanatana Goswami. And then Sanatana Goswami chastised Raghunath Goswami. Why are you taking service from your masters? The devotees is a great, great quality. Why are you taking service from your masters? Sanatana Goswami chastised. Then Raghunath Goswami built a small hut for kutir. It's known as kutir. Just one person can sit there and chant the holy name. Dear devotees, a great, great example. We know that who is Raghunath Goswami. Raghunath Goswami was a son of a millionaire, big merchant, which is known as Govardhana Majumdar, who was a tax collector of the entire district. Hussain Shah leased that entire district to Govardhan Majumdar for a 12 lakhs of Indian that time, on that 500 years back. You can imagine that. Now it is maybe $1 billion. The tax of the entire district, that you can imagine that how many millions it comes. So then out of that, and half of it's actually had to pay to the Hussain Shah, but half is actually the profit of Govardhan. Then that much richness, when Raghunath Goswami was a small and then a child, that was the richness. But since childhood, Raghunath Goswami was very much attracted to the Supreme Lord. And one time, and also they had a family priest known as Yamunacharya, the family priest, family guru. And also there is another great devotee called Balaramacharya. And one day when Raghunath Goswami was little youth, at the age of 15, happened to meet Sri Haridas Thakur. We know that these are the great acharyas. Happened to meet Haridas Thakur. That says that our scripture says that Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra Kai Leva Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. One can, even a little bit of association of devotee, one can attain Sarva Siddhi. See here, Raghunath Goswami met with Haridas Thakur, developed such a love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna, and having that opportunity, when I can meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One time, Sri Nityananda Prabhu came to Panihati. In that Panihati, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with thousands of disciples and thousands of people, and people are surrounded. That time, even Raghunath Goswami also went there to meet Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu instructed Sri Raghunath Goswami, you are a son of a big, wealthy merchant, and can you offer the prasadam to all the people? So Raghunath Goswami took that as an instruction and very submissively took that as an instruction, immediately arranged and called out all the, the shopkeepers and bring all that what you have. And then immediately yogurt and the curd and the cheedas and the puffed rice, everything came, and bananas. So many things came for these thousands of people came on the Panihati. And then they arranged, Raghunath Goswami arranged, and such a big feast. And Nityananda Prabhu is so pleased. Nityananda Prabhu is so pleased with Raghunath Goswami. And then Nityananda Prabhu blessed. See, dear devotees, when the devotees are pleased, Nityananda Prabhu is pleased by the devotion. So this is what is the lessons that we can learn from all this. When a devotee is pleased, Asya Prasada, Bhagavat Prasada. When a devotee is pleased, Krishna is pleased. So here, Raghunath Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu is pleased with Raghunath Goswami and blessed Raghunath Goswami. Very soon your brightest day will come and you will attain your perfection. So then after that, Raghunath Goswami heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is took sannyasa and coming back to Navadip. And then Raghunath Goswami went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. so attracted the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was now very close, and he does not want to leave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, trying to be very close with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood who is this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Das Goswami, don't be, it's very important to understand this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Das Goswami, don't be so much excited. Don't be so much excited now. Don't be show your devotion in publicly and externally. Keep it to yourself. Time will come, and then you will understand. Time will come. So, dear devotees, that's a very important lesson for all of us. Sometimes we very much extrovert and we started to show, publicly, I'm so and so and so. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this is a show off. Then if we have devotion, then we should keep it ourselves and within, and that's where the real bhakti sprouts. And that's where we can progress well in devotion. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this was instruction, first instruction to Sri Goswami, keep that devotion within your heart and cultivate it. Within your heart and cultivate it. So then what? Raghunath Goswami, Das Goswami was so much attached to and so much in deep loving devotion and looking for an opportunity to come out. By this time, Govardhan Majumdar were kept around 10 servants around Sri Raghunath Goswami that to look after that he will not go away from the home and he will not get into any of the devotional activities. But Raghunath Das Goswami was looking for this an opportunity to allow to get out from the home. By this time, the parents arranged a marriage, but Raghunath Das Goswami was not interested in any of these things and then moved to a place where he can very seclude and where he can, execute his devotion service sincerely and alone. One day, Balaram Acharya came with his deity. And then Balaram Acharya mentioned to Raghunath Das Goswami that I am going away for a couple of days. Please arrange a Brahmana priest so that they can take care of this deity very well. So Raghunath Das Goswami took this opportunity and just went along with Balaram Acharya, their guru, family and family priest. Then the servants were there. They saw that the Raghunath Das Goswami going out. They thought that, going with the Balaram Acharya, so they didn't care much. This was Balaram Acharya taking Raghunath Das Goswami. But Raghunath Das Goswami took an opportunity to separate from their family and the parents. And at the one point of time, he just, stay back and then arranged a Brahmana priest to take care of the deities. And he just went away from Balaram Acharya, went to the opposite direction of the Puri. That time, Raghunath Das Goswami understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Puri. So Raghunath Das Goswami was little intelligent that, if I go to the main road, then my parents, there's all the servants and everybody will come and then take me back. Instead of that, avoiding, Raghunath Das Goswami then took the sub-roads through the forest and in opposite direction, and 12 days continuously. And in out of these 12 days, dear devotees, Raghunath Das Goswami took food only one time in 3 days. That's it. Out of other days, without much water, without much food, and then going and walking and sometimes running to reach the Jagannath Puri. And after 12 days, you can see that there are 600 kilometers from Jagannath Puri to Mayapur. So here, Raghunath Das Goswami took, and think about that the devotion Sri Raghunath Das Goswami had. Then what happened? Reached there, and this time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Gambhira, in Kashi Mishra's house. Now, as soon as Raghunath Das Goswami saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fall flat at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised Raghunath Goswami and embraced, and then told, you come, finally you come. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made an arrangement to stay and then gave Sarup Damodar, take care of Raghunath Das Goswami, make arrangement for the prasadam, take rest, and then after Raghunath Goswami will take care of himself. And by this time, the parents, Govardhan, Majumdar, and everybody was searching for Raghunath Goswami. They couldn't find Raghunath Goswami, and then they also left that plan searching and then came to know that Raghunath Das Goswami in Jagannath Puri and under the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. then they send money and the servants to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, and then Raghunath Das Goswami then completely rejected it. And this is the time after there are months passed, and then under the protection of Sri Swarup Damodar. And one day, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami had an opportunity to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again. And one day also, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami arranged a big feast for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar and other great Vaishnavas and gave a big feast. Then Raghunath Das Goswami was thinking, what am I doing? If I do all this, okay, I get name and fame and other things, and is that my goal of coming here? And Raghunath Goswami thought about that my goal is coming here to execute loving devotion without much of this worldly attachment, worldly things. So now Raghunath Das Goswami, even all this, wonderful feast, that's all, rejected all this nowadays and go to the where the water, wash the water, and then coming out from the Jagannath Puri temple and started to drink that, the water coming out from the temple. Sometimes there are some little, the washed rice, or then which is actually thrown into the, in the trash or something. Raghunath Das Goswami go there and wash it and started to eat it. So this is the way, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami started to take a fast, sometimes even drink a little water on the tulasi leaves. Sometimes this water which is washed from the rice that eats, sometimes a little chas, this buttermilk, and going like this. And one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to meet Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. That time Raghunath Das Goswami collected some kind of trash which is washed, that then kept it there for to have something. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that and came to meet Raghunath Das Goswami. And after hearing all this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was astonished. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Raghunath Das Goswami, what are you going to feed me? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that something he is holding back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just grabbed it and then, started to eat. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that I never tasted anything in before in my life. Why, dear devotees, this Jagannath Prasadam, not only that Jagannath Prasadam, this is the loving devotion which is filled with this Prasadam, which is from the Raghunath Das Goswami. So one day Raghunath Das Goswami met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and requested for an instruction like this. And he says that, what are the instructions? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, I am actually instructed Sri Swarup Damodar to instruct you. He is more qualified than me. What should I give an instruction to you? But in fact, you requested for it, and I will try. But Swarup Damodar is more qualified than me. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking, dear devotees. So here, then see Raghunath Das Goswami, in reply, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, don't indulge in worldly talk. It says, Gramya kadana sunibe, Gramya vartana kahibe, balana kahibe, ara balana paribe, Amani manda, amani manada, Kanya Krishna nama sadalabe, Braje Radha Krishna seva, manase karibe. Don't indulge in the worldly talk. Don't hear worldly talk. Try your best to avoid mundane matters. Don't eat delicious food, but take whatever ordinary food may come its own accord, and don't dress luxuriously. Always try to take the name of Krishna with the attitude of giving respect to others without expecting respect from anyone. Be humble. Never aspire for respectful dealings from others. In this way, try to take the name of Krishna constantly, and within try to serve Sri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavana. Mentally be in Vrindavana, rendering service to Sri Radha and Krishna Leela. So devotee is so powerful and so wonderful instruction Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is gave to then Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Then we know that later Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was whomever and became very famous. After this, thousands of people were coming to meet Raghunath Das Goswami. And then Raghunath Das Goswami giving their dandavat obeisance to each and every one of them who are visiting them. Not only that, Raghunath Das Goswami even giving the dandavats to the Supreme Lord every day. So in this way, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was exemplified the loving devotion in such a way that we can see that from the person itself, from the Raghunath Das Goswami himself, that how he's executing the loving devotion. That's why he's known as Prayojana Acharya. He says that he was totally detached from the material attachment and enjoyment and completely appropriately known as Prayojana Acharya, one who teaches by his own example about the ultimate goal of life. Then after the departure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in around 16 years, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami served Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after 16 years, by the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, came to Vrindavan to assist Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and to develop the Vrindavan and excavate all the old, very, the pastimes which has happened by Radha and Krishna, to excavate all those and develop Vrindavan. And Sri Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan and stayed at the banks of Sri Radha Kund. And that's where we can see that Sri Raghunath Das Goswami then finally got to Samadhi there. And this is the day, on the Dwadashi of this day, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami got this Samadhi. And it is mentioned that Raghunath Das Goswami is the very close associates of Srimati Radharani in the form of Manjari. It's known as Rasa Manjari. This is Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami Tirobhav Maha Maholsava ki jai. So similarly, there is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is also considered as the Acharya, one of the Acharya 6 Goswamis. And it is mentioned that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much likes to hear Srimad Bhagavatam recitation from Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and here you can see that the picture of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, then was very closely and a brahmachari, and very closely was associating with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this was Tapan Misra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to get the initiation, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed with Tapan Misra. That time, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was very small, and the service which was given to Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was to massage Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Then this is what it is, just the service to the pure Vaishnava devotee and the Lord, dear devotees, they sprouted. And Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was eagerly waiting to associate with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the parents are passed away, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami moved to Jagannath Puri, and since then stayed there with the Sri Jagannath Puri, and to cook for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and every day read Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 different tunes to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much relishing and eager to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, from the Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. And cooking every day delicious prasadam for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and taking instructions from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then finally came to Vrindavan after the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and took the shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami. Under the shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was also cultivating this wonderful Krishna consciousness, and became so, famous, and so many disciples came and became later. And then in the process of cultivating this Krishna consciousness in Sri Vrindavan Dham, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki jai. And also it is mentioned that Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is also a Manjari, is known as Raga Manjari. Very close associates of Srimati Radharani is known as Raga Manjari. And similarly, today is also a disappearance day of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And then as we all know that, who is the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is the glorious pastimes, and the life is that we are going to in the form of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we can see that Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is at the age of 96. You can imagine that. At the age of 96, came to Vrindavan, took the shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, and by the blessings of Sri Radha Madan Mohan. And then this is the time it's known as Kaviraj. Kaviraj means one who is the king of all the Kavis, Kaviraj, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was a pure Vaishnava of the Supreme Lord, and very much attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami didn't see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One time, and also there is the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, they were devotees of the Lord. One time there is a devotee called Vinaked Krishna Das, Veena Niketan Krishna Das. There is a one devotee came. And this time, they were Veena Niketan Krishna Das was very much was undermining the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami didn't like this. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami couldn't sleep that. How one can undermine or less value to give Nityananda Prabhu but everybody else. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, then that night, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had a dream of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu instructed to Kaviraj Goswami that go to Vrindavan and then Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami waiting for you, then you will see that your service. The next day, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami left Bengal and went to Vrindavan and took the shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And later, then they instructed to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to write the glories and the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, I am the worm in the stool, I don't have any qualification. But they understand, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they understood the potency and the glories of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and instructed to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami start to write this and then collected. Then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami then took the initiation from Raghunath and took the shelter of Raghunath Das Goswami and took initiation from Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and then by the diary of Murari Gupta and heard that all these wonderful pastimes from Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and started to write. Still, before writing, went into the deity of Sri Radha Madan Mohan and had this desire whether I am qualified to write this or not. All on a sudden, there is a garland from Radha Madan Mohan. He fall down and fall at the neck of, and this was the time Raghunath Das Goswami paying the Dandavat Pranam. That time the garland fall on the neck of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And everybody cheered. Everybody said, see that, this is the instruction, this is the will of Sri Radha Madan Mohan. You should write Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's where these Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami started to write. And this is a huge, wonderful book, and it is nectar. There is nothing that we can compare the Chaitanya Charitamrita with any of the other transcendental literature. So profound, so wonderful, dear devotees. And today is a very auspicious, and also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, also another Manchari is called Anaka Manchari, one of the Manchari who is very close associate. Why they came here, dear devotees? See the purpose, to transform all of us. We are so fortunate, dear devotees, that we all have this opportunity to hear and associate by the words, by the Vani, and by this association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the Vani and hearing. This never ever in anybody's life we can have such a wonderful, everybody else, even just by hearing these great personalities, they will all become the pure devotees of the Lord. This is the verdict of the Acharyas, because of they have exemplified, they have all had in their life to show what is a pure loving devotion to the Supreme Lord. So dear devotees, I think it's went over a little bit. Let me stop here. And thank you so much being there on this wonderful, beautiful day of this Ekadashi and the beautiful, very auspicious day of these great personalities. Their disappearance is what we are always celebrate their disappearance because of they all attain their eternal position of eternally serving the Supreme Lord. That's the perfection of the life. So thank you so much. With this note, I would end here. Hare Krishna. It's went a little over. Jai. Are we all there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, we are here. No questions.
Excellent class, Prabhuji.
Awesome class, Prabhuji. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. It's just by hearing them. That's why I just took a little time to just by hearing it can melt our heart. That we are so fortunate that then that's what it is. The essence of this class is today is that we should follow the footsteps of this. Not imitate. We should not imitate, but we should follow the footsteps of these great, wonderful Vaishnavas and the devotees. Jai. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Any other reflections? Any other comments? Anybody has anything to add? Please open up and mute yourself. Jai, nothing? No reflections, no comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat, always go.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all those.
One question I have
Yes,
is
please.
Manjari, right? When we say Manjari, how they are closely associated in the Sambandha Gyan, means Sambandha, how they are established to Krishna. Like we say we are Das to Krishna, right, Prabhuji? So I'm just trying to understand how Manjaris are closely associated to Krishna.
Yes, yes, definitely. See, it's mentioned that in the scriptures that when we cultivate these devotional services in this lifetime, we develop such a wonderful, very sincere devotion to the Supreme Lord. That's what we are going to continue that even into the spiritual realm, that Krishna is there to receive our service. No matter what, Krishna is, there are millions of gopis. Usually, this is the way it is. Srimati Radharani is there and very close, and there are Ashtasagis. These are the very close associates and servants of Srimati Radharani. The heart and what Srimati Radharani knows, this all Ashtasagis knows. They will execute accordingly. Then there are other 100, gopis, 100 other Sagis. They would assist these Ashtasagis, right, in the service of Krishna, So we know that in the Golok Vrindavan pastimes, every day there is Ashtakaliya Leela. So Krishna comes after the mornings, all this, and then Krishna comes to Vrindavan in the groves of the forest. There they meet with the gopis, and everybody has wonderful arrangements for Krishna. Somebody brings the flute, somebody plays the flute, somebody plays the mridanga, veena, somebody plays the sandalwood pulp. They would apply to the lordships. They have a beautiful pastimes, and they serve Krishna in so many wonderful ways. We can see in so many ways that how this devotion taking place. So then they are assisting in the service of the gopis, and there are millions of other gopis, not that just one gopi. Other gopis, they assist in the service of the other 108 gopis. They are very closely serves Krishna. Then there are the manjaris, right? Manjaris are nothing but this one who serves Tulasi Devi. So Tulasi Devi is the Vrindavaneshwari. Sri Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaya Priyaya Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi's Bhakt Satyavadiye Namo Namaha. So Srimati Radharani is also Vrindavaneshwari, and who is actually managing this entire Vrindavan is Tulasi Maharani, or Tulasi Maharani in the earthly planets known as Tulasi, but that same Tulasi in the Golok Vrindavan is known as Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi is also a gopi, and that gopi is actually manages everything. Everything should be in proper place. And this tree, what color should have this tree, and what the fruits and what the flowers, how the roads, everything is arranged by Sri Vrindavan. That's why without the mercy or without the kripa of this Sri Vrinda Devi or Tulasi Devi, we cannot engage into the loving devotional service of Sri Radha Krishna. That's why Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi, the only that who can give the Krishna Bhakti is Vrinda Devi. That's why the worship of Tulasi is very important. Then we know that Manjaris of the Tulasi. Who is Manjaris? One who serves Tulasi Maharani, right? One who serves Tulasi Maharani is Manjari. Then when your question is that, okay, how Manjaris are directly connected with Krishna. So the service which all these gopis, anybody that Krishna directly comes to receive that service. Even though they are directly serving the Manjaris and the Tulasi, but we know that Krishna is personally present with each and everybody. So we know that when a Rasa dance happens, we know that the millions of gopis were there. Krishna was there with each and everyone. Like that, Krishna sometimes goes with the Manjaris, sometimes goes with different other gopis. Why? To receive this service. And they are there. So they execute this loving devotional service directly to Radha and Krishna. And that is by the blessings of Srimati Radharani. It's not that by the blessings are not there. Only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, Krishna goes. And Radharani, Krishna knows the heart of Srimati Radharani. Krishna sometimes is with Lalita Sakhi, sometimes with Vishakha. Goes to everyone, goes with everybody in the pastimes of Golok Vrindavan. Is it clear?
Yeah, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, I heard some from other devotees, this Manjaris, basically, they serve to Sakhis, and Sakhis serve to Krishna. I don't know.
That's what it is. Sakhis means Ashtasakis, right?
Okay, okay.
So Ashtasaki means there are Ashtasakis, then also the 108 gopis are also Sakis.
Okay.
Then the other gopis are also Sakhis. They are all Sakhis. Gopis are known as Sakhis. Sakhis means the friends. Sakha means the male friends, and Sakhi means female friends, right? Sakhi, Sakha, right? So that's where then Tulasi Maharani serves them and Manjari serves them. Tulasi Maharani is also Vrinda Gopi, right? So Gopi as a Sakhi, and this Manjari serves them. So, yes.
So, Prabhuji, we have 5 relationships which a devotee can establish with Krishna, right? Passive state, active state, friend, as a parent, as a conjugal lover. So they fall under conjugal lover, Prabhuji?
Yes, exactly. They comes under the Madhurya Bhav.
Okay,
The Prema Bhakti. That's why the pure devotees comes to that stage of Prema, the Madhurya Bhav, the loving devotion between the Krishna and the Gopis and the Gopas and the Manjaris. Yes. Yes, Gopas, the friends are basically the Sakya Bhav. Manjaris and the Gopis, that's a Prema Bhav, Madhurya Bhav.
And Prabhuji, we all devotees will always fall under active category, right? Active relationship only with Krishna, like Das. Das falls under active relationship, right, Prabhuji?
No, Das comes, that's called Shandaras, and passive and active, yes. That is, we are all the other Dasaras, Valsilaras is all active. Only one thing is Shandaras is known as passive. Passive means that is like a tree in Vrindavan. They are in the Shandaras. A cow in Vrindavan, a grass in the Vrindavan, a creeper in the Vrindavan is all in the Shandaras. One way or other, they are serving the Supreme Lord. But then loving exchanges between, Krishna has a very loving exchange between the cows, right? And the cows and the deer and the peacock and the flute and the trees, the vines and the flowers, everything. Krishna, the peacock, loves most. Yes, so these are all passive. Then active is, that is, there is a mellow which develops like Sakiras, Valsiliras, Madhuriras, and then Dasiras. These are all active rasa considers, and then one directly interact in such a way that with the Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Is it clear? These are all active rasas.
Right, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Anything else? Anybody else? Today is a very auspicious day of Ekadashi. I hope that you are all observing and hearing this. And yeah. Any other comments anybody has?
Prabhu, very excellent class, Prabhu, and really loved, liked it. Thank you for the, connecting us with all the gurus. I have very, I don't know whether I can ask this question in the way.
Please, anyway, yeah.
Yes, Vyasadev could not explain, or he thought he would take years and years explaining Srimati Radharani, and that's why he refers, my understanding is he refers as Vrishabhanu's daughter. Is it accurate to say that you need to cross 2 layers or 2 mayas? One is basically Yoga Maya, which is the Maya in this world, which is Durga Devi, and Radharani. Those 2, has to bless before you can reach Krishna.
Yes, I mean, it's true. One sense that it's not that, as we say, I mean, one has to overcome the material energy or that entanglement which you have that overpowers this Gunamaya. That's Gunamaya and Mahamaya. Maya is in different categories. One is called Gunamaya, another is called Mahamaya. Then, like that. So yes, we are all under the spell of this Mahamaya. Definitely we have to overcome. So when we overcome, that's the time Mahamaya even blesses us. That's why Durga Devi is also known as Vaishnavi. You know that Vaishnavi temple in Kashmir. Mahadevi is known as Vaishnavi Devi because of the Mahamaya is actually the external nature of that Yogamaya. Yogamaya is in the internal potency in the spiritual realm, and the devotional realm and devotional aspects is all the arrangements of Yogamaya. So Yogamaya and Mahamaya, and the Devim Prakriti is actually under the protection, which is actually ruled by the Yogamaya, and what we are in the realm, which is the material nature, is ruled by Mahamaya. So one has to overcome this, and one has to overcome only by the mercy of Yogamaya. Again, Yogamaya is in the material nature, in the spiritual nature, and that same Yogamaya is in the material nature, is known as Mahamaya. So yes, ultimately one has to have the mercy, the blessings of Maya or Yogamaya. And then the Yogamaya is pleased, then Mahamaya is also pleased. Once Yogamaya is not pleased, that's time Mahamaya's influence is there more, because of it is our desire, this is our intense desire to enjoy this material world. But when we come to the devotional practice, devotional services, and we get this Bhakti Shakti, we get the potency of this devotion. When we have this devotion, the potency of the devotion, that's where we have the power to overcome this Mahamaya, the potency of Mahamaya. Where is come from? That is come from Yogamaya, or that who is ruling that Yogamaya is Srimati Radharani, right? Who is the king? That's why Radharani is known as Vrindavaneshwari, or the queen Radharani, we call Radharani. Then everything is ruled by Srimati Radharani. And then Krishna is also working under the Yogamaya is working under the direction of Krishna, or the will of Krishna executes by Yogamaya. So yes, in order to attain that Krishna, the lotus feet of Krishna, one has to overcome, one has to have the blessings of the Yogamaya. And then the blessings of Yogamaya, or the spiritual potency, that means the blessings of Mahamaya. That means one is overcome. And yes, even if like a jailer, right? So when there is a permission of the superintendent of the jail, then the jailer cannot do anything, right? Jailer say, okay, you have my blessings, you can go. So similarly, Mahamaya is like that. When there is a superior power, that Yogamaya, Srimati Radharani, is blessed with the Bhakti Shakti, then that's why now no more the influence of Mahamaya is not there now, rather than a blessings now. That's why the test, we are here in this world, is tested by the Mahamaya. Why we are tested by Mahamaya? Because we don't have the potency, we don't have the Bhakti. So when we don't have the potency, we don't have the Bhakti Shakti, then what happens? Mahamaya's influence, and then keep giving us this test to overcome. So then we have the test or the distress when it comes to the world, then we get the lessons from that. That's the blessings. Sometimes it says that when something happens to a devotee's life, then that is also a blessings. Why? Because of many of our lifetimes of the sins is passed away. Now we get an opportunity to realize that what is our identity. Now this way we can come to the real closeness of Krishna, understanding the futility of this material world and entanglement of this material world, come to that position and a realization of that, I should engage in the loving devotion of Supreme Lord. That really can ultimately gives the happiness and the bliss and knowledge. Then that's where, we overcome this Mahamaya, then come to the stage of Yogamaya, and then there we can cultivate this devotional practices. And then we finally get the blessings of Srimati Radharani, that pure devotion. Then we attain Krishna. Without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, and how do we get the mercy? We pray to Srimati Radharani, engage in the loving devotion service to the devotees and the Supreme Lord. So this way Radharani is also placed. Radharani is known as Aradhika, Aradhya, Aradhika. The name itself is Aradhika. Aradhya means worship or devotion, right? That's what is the name itself. Radharani is known as Aradhya, Aradhika, Upasika. These are the names of Radharani. Why? Because of only by this loving devotional service that one can engage in the loving devotional service of Sri devotees and Krishna, then only one can get this mercy and then attain Krishna. Yeah, is it clear, or is there some other?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Jay, anything else? Anybody else like to add something? Any other thoughts, comments? Okay, please continue this wonderful nectar of instruction. And as I mentioned that try to understand, by heart it, read every day, and then we can have proper chanting. We can purely chant the holy name of Krishna. We can develop this more taste, more attachment, more connection and closeness with Krishna. And this is the way we really come to the our spiritual platform, spiritual realm. This way we can attain the real love for Krishna, it's all sprouts, that pure devotion for Krishna. Okay, so let's complete this, let's finish this class today. Let's chant together. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripā sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavranda ki jai. Vrindaraj Srimad Upadeshamrita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Goswami ji ki jai. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki jai. Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Gaudi Vaishnavranda ki jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mother. How are you?
I'm fine. How is everybody at home? How is
Yeah. Everybody's doing good.
Krishna?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Motherji. We'll talk later then.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.